Hello friends, my name is Vijay Kumar and we are studying refrigeration and air conditioning. In the last video, we have seen some questions on reverse Carnot refrigerator and reverse Carnot heat pump. Now, in this video, we will study about the air refrigeration system. Why we are studying air refrigeration system, we will see in here. Let's start the topic. In this video, we will study air refrigeration system. First, we will see schematic diagram. What is the schematic diagram? What are the components? What are the equipments which will be used in a air refrigeration system? Now we will see processes in air refrigeration system. What are the processes like constant temperature process or constant entropy process? All these things we will see here. Then we will see merits and demerits of air refrigeration system. After that, we will see applications where we use this air refrigeration system. Okay, let's see. First, here are some points of air refrigeration system that you have to remember. First point, gas refrigeration system. It means air refrigeration system is also known as gas refrigeration system because in this, the working substance is air. Working substance is air. That you have to remember. Working substance is air. That means air in this case is refrigerant. That I have already told. Refrigerant. Okay friends. Now, second point. It works on reverse Brayton cycle or Bell-Coleman cycle. Actually, in the reverse Carnot cycle, the reverse Carnot refrigerator and reverse Carnot heat pump was working or operating on the basis of reverse Carnot cycle. In this case, air refrigeration system works on a reverse Brayton cycle or Bell-Coleman cycle. Now, third point. It is the modification or reverse Carnot cycle. This is the most important point. Because of this point, we are studying air refrigeration system. See here how. In the reverse Carnot cycle, I told there are four processes. Two processes are constant temperature processes or reversible isothermal processes. And two processes are isentropic processes or reversible adiabatic processes. See my friends, the combination of constant temperature process and reversible adiabatic process is not possible. The reason you know very well, you are studying from the time of your school, but here I'll explain. The thing is that in Carnot cycle, this was the Carnot cycle. This is entropy, this is temperature. This was the Carnot cycle. I have told. In this Carnot cycle, you see here, at constant temperature, heat transfer is not possible. Because if heat transfer will take place, temperature will change. So in Carnot cycle, heat transfer at constant temperature is not possible. That is the first point you have to remember. Second point is that the combination of reversible adiabatic process and isothermal process is not possible. Why? Because to happen reversible adiabatic process should be very fast. Process should be very fast. And to happen or to transfer the heat at constant temperature, process should be very slow. So one process is very fast, second process is very slow. That means combination of this type of process is not possible. This reason you have studied already in thermodynamics also. But you have to remember here, because of these reasons, we are not able to मतलब we are not able to operate any machine on a reverse Carnot cycle. Okay friends, now in air refrigeration system some modification has been done. Some modification has been done. Why? Because to encounter these limitations, whatever limitations Carnot cycle has, that limitations has been encountered or overcome by Bell-Coleman or reverse Brayton cycle. So it is the modification of reverse Carnot cycle. Okay friends, now let's see here what is the schematic diagram or what are the components which shall be used in reverse Brayton cycle or Bell-Coleman cycle or in air refrigeration system. See here, this is the schematic diagram. In this diagram, process 1 to 2, the air will be here. Okay, yeah, let's start from here, this point. First, air will go into the refrigerator. From the storage space, air will take heat. It means in storage space, lower temperature is maintained. You have to understand in correlation with the window AC example which I have shown in my first video. Okay, now this air is taking heat from this storage space. After getting heat, the air will go to the compressor. In compressor, air will compressed. After compressing the air, compressing means pressure and temperature of air will increase. Here pressure and temperature of air will increase. Then after compressor, air will go to the cooler. In this case, this air will release heat to the surrounding, like the rear side of window AC that I have already told. Means air will release heat to the surrounding. Now, after releasing heat, this air will go to the expander. In expander, pressure of air and temperature of air will reduce. So it will again come at stage number 4. So again this cycle will happen. The process will repeat. Okay friends, this is the schematic diagram. Now, what are the processes in reverse Carnot cycle? I will write here, but you will see on TS and PV diagram also. Okay, in compressor I will write here the process is reversible adiabatic process or isentropic process. Okay friends, in reverse Carnot cycle, heat transfer was taking place at constant temperature. What Brayton has done? Brayton has done this heat transfer at constant pressure. Brayton has changed this process by constant pressure process. Okay, now this is constant pressure process. Constant pressure. Reversible constant pressure process. Now in expander it is also again the same process, isentropic process. Now in storage space or in refrigerator, heat addition is taking place. So here also this process will occur at constant pressure, at reversible isobaric process. Remember, constant pressure process is also called isobaric process. Okay, I have written here constant pressure, I have written isobaric process. These are the same. process name is same. Constant pressure is also known as isobaric process. Okay friends, now let's see the processes in air refrigeration system on TS and PV diagram. On TS and PV diagram. So friends, see what are the processes involved in air refrigeration system. In the previous slides, I have told about the components in an air refrigeration system. Now, in this slides, we will see what are the processes in air refrigeration system. Okay. I have already told that when schematic diagram we have seen 4 to 1, there is a constant pressure heat addition process. 1 to 2, constant entropy compression process or isentropic compression process. 3 to 4, constant pressure heat rejection process, and 3 to 4, isentropic expansion process. This is the PV diagram. With detail I have given here TS diagram, because we will use TS diagram more frequently. We will use TS diagram. In TS diagram you can easily see 1 to 2 is a reversible adiabatic compression process. It means constant entropy process or isentropic process. Here if I see, at this point entropy is constant. Okay. 3 to 4, 1 to 2 and 1 to 2 is happening in a compressor. 2 to 3 is happening in a cooler, and it is a constant pressure heat rejection process. 3 to 4 is a constant entropy expansion process or reversible adiabatic expansion process. At this point entropy is constant. 4 to 1 is a constant pressure heat addition process. Remember, these are the constant pressure line. Suppose this is P1 and this is P2. These are the constant pressure line. These constant pressure line on TS diagram always diverge. It will diverge. Remember this thing. Constant pressure line on TS diagram will diverge. Okay. So here I have written the name of processes. 1 to 2 is a isentropic process. 2 to 3 is a isobaric heat rejection process. 3 to 4 is an isentropic expansion process. Then process 4-1 is a isobaric heat addition process. So friends, we have seen that what are the processes involved in air refrigeration system. Now we will see some merits and demerits, after that some applications. So friends, let's see the merits, demerits and application of air refrigeration system. First merit, you know very well that air is a non-flammable. Air is a non-flammable substance. That is the first merit. Second merit, it is cheap and easily available. It is cheap and easily available. Third, weight per ton of refrigeration is very low. That means the amount of air which is required for per ton of refrigeration, that is very low. Because of these merits, it is non-flammable, cheap and easily available. Weight per ton of refrigeration is very low. Because of these merits, it is used in aircraft refrigeration system. Because in aircraft refrigeration system there is a cabin cooling system. Cabin cooling system means we require that cabin should be cooled, because there are so many machineries, hardwares, softwares, and the heat will generate in the cabin. So low temperature should be maintained in a cabin. However, this aircraft refrigeration system we will study in detail in future videos. Okay, just you have to remember here the application of refrigeration system, air refrigeration system. The air refrigeration system has the application in aircraft refrigeration system because of these merits. Because non-flammable है, cheap and easily available है. Weight per ton of refrigeration is very low because aircraft has to fly it in the air na, that's why it is used in a aircraft refrigeration system. Now what are the demerits? There are two demerits for this. First demerit is that air refrigeration system has low COP. It has low COP, low coefficient of performance. Second demerit is that COP we will see in detail when we will do the analysis of air refrigeration cycle or Bell-Coleman cycle. Okay, in the next video that analysis we will do. Second, the mass of air required shall be more. So, mass of air required shall be more. The air refrigeration system which is used, in that case mass is required more, because I have already told that weight per ton of refrigerant is very low. If it is very low, because of that mass required is very high. If mass required is very high, then size of the system is very big. Size of the system is very big. It is not like that window AC or split AC. That's why the size of the system is very big. Because of this reason it is used in aircraft refrigeration system. So you have to remember the merits, demerits and applications. And in this video we have studied about all these things: schematic diagrams, processes, merits, demerits of air refrigeration system. In the next video we will see the analysis of air refrigeration system or air refrigeration cycle, Bell-Coleman cycle, Rivers-Brayton cycle. We will do the analysis of that cycle. Okay, thanks for watching this video and have a good day.